Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are, well, just finished with Dragon's Cove and we are ready to do yet another park. Dragon's Cove, if I may say so myself, quite a nice park. It was a lot easier than I suspected. I thought it would be really hard. I've also, read comments that it was like really hard for some people, and well, not to play them down, but I found it really easy, and perhaps, after seeing how I tackled it, you can also beat that park fairly easily. In my eyes, it all comes down to not rushing those coasters too early and laying down your logistic pathwork stuff, pixel gas transport facilities down proper, so you don't get the gas lost and whatnot. So yeah, all in all, it was easier than I expected, and I think we're ready for yet another park. So let's see what this new park actually entails, shall we? We go to the Loopy Landscapes Park. We see that the Dragon's Cove was done the most poorest of all the 7 parks we finished so far, almost 100 videos in. If we multiply this, I think, we need a lot more videos of this. Well, I don't mind the videos. Now, I have been given I have been given the tip that to up the company value before you finish a park, you should actually repay your debts. Which I think, I don't know actually how the company value is calculated, but I am, if the opportunity arises, I am going to try this. So, yeah, I mean, the 40,000 just looks really abysmal. Even though we had really great coasters in the park. So anyway, the new park, Good Night Park. Alright. I am pretty sure that, yeah, this is castle related with such a name. A castle with a pair of roller coasters needs developing into a large theme park. Our goal is to have at least 1,200 guests in our park at the end of October year 3, yada yada yada. Actually, technically, we only need to get 155 guests in the park, or 1,055 guests in the park, and wow, what is this for kind of madness? Madness, this coaster. Wow, absolutely madness. Oh my good lord, how good are these coasters? Whoa! This is grand. And then this is not grand, but Rollercoaster 2 just seems like the inferior one in every single way. It is more intense, yet less exciting. Wow! This coaster, man. Oh my good lord. I mean, this is like a design that's like crazy. These coasters though, I mean this type of coaster, I detest this one, I honestly do. I think it's utter rubbish. I've sworn to myself to not ever build this again, but well, it's here now. I guess we just had to stick with it, see how it does. I also see that one has like more drops than the other, which is kind of odd, but fine, for whatever it's worth. I guess that might explain why one is better than the other, even though you'd think that the one with more drops actually is the better coaster. Let's take a look at this coaster from a height perspective point of view, and also let's see, you're charging $3? I'm pretty sure that this is set to free. Yeah, I was already thinking that would be the case. So first thing we are going to do is up this to $6. Well, actually, you know what? We'll raise this to $6, and then we will do a guest inspection. See how wealthy the guests are that come into our park. Guest 284 has $50. Guest 282 has $70. Guest 248 has $60. Guest 281 has $80. which I think all in all is like what we should expect, you know, on average, something between 50 and 80, so it's not that much. As far as these coasters go, I seem to recall that these can actually launch themselves off the tracks. So, I don't even know, you know, seeing how, like, some coaster designs are just flawed from the beginning. I must admit, though, that the coaster design and how it's integrated in the scenery is just beyond awesome. This is the stuff that I dream of doing on a regular basis, but... wow, I mean, and this whole castle, by the way, too, it is freaking amazing, and it is full of problems, I can see as well, with path leading everywhere to places where it's absolutely not needed. Now then, so this coaster, huh? Let us take a look at just the graphs of the, I thought, yeah, coaster one. You know, let us take a look at the graphs and see where the speed is gained. So, ooh, yeah, alright. So there's a drop there, which I think is this bit here, and then it reaches this turnaround, and then it goes down, quite far down. See, and then there is like this place where it goes up, down a little, down even more so. Let's see, and then there is a lot of straight track, like, actually I think we're now looking at the red one, which frankly, I don't even know where this one goes till it's... yeah, till it resurfaces where exactly? Okay, so it goes all the way over here. So this is like, you know, this long stretch here. Drops speed till like 32. Gets up in speed again. You know, from this... then we're looking at this curve here. Going down. And then it enters the station. I don't know, really. If I'm honest, you know, I'm hinging towards removing the coaster, but on the other hand, I mean, the scenery, you know, and how well it's incorporated, it is freaking amazing. Absolutely is. I don't know, man. I think we gotta stick with it. I wanna see, though, because there are, you know, what concerns me is when we have a station brake failure or some other failure, because what I seem to recall what can happen with these ones is that when you get a regular failure on these coasters, then the gas can just fly off, you know, they get launched. The coaster just insta-crashes, which is why I dislike this one, because usually coasters can only crash when there's a station brake failure and they ram into each other on the station. Over here, I seem to recall that whenever there is just a, I don't know, safety cut out or something of the sorts, then already gas can just fly off into the distance. We'll have to see. For now, let's compare this one. It seems to be more or less regular, with the exception of the fact that the underground section of the red one that comes out over here is actually this section, which has a few more ups and downs in it, and then it rejoins here. And it also seems to enter the station at a much higher speed. There might also lie an issue there. Might. Just saying. Which is, in and of itself, it's kind of odd, because maybe it gets turned around 2 times less. I don't know. That could be a reason for it retaining a lot more speed. There's definitely... it seems they have the same amount of turnarounds. But I don't know. Fine, alright, you know. The $6 prize, by the way, is gonna stay. Well, I do want to know this. You are not a mechanic with a set area. We are going to have one. I think this would cover it. Are you trapped right now? Yes, you are. Good. Then on the... ooh. Yeah. Then on the other side, which would, I guess, be over there. No, that doesn't cover it. I think this does though. Let's see. Trapped. Yeah, you're both trapped. So whenever there is a station break failure, I think that coaster 2, the one with the lesser speed, will be the one fixed sooner. I was about to say earlier, yeah. Great Dinglish! No, but as far as I can tell, you know what probably would help as well? If we relocate the entrance of this one also, we should put this in place, and definitely over here too. I think if we place the exit over here at this end, a lot of the possible troubles should be circumvented. We will do so after we've set up the rest of the park. You know, oh man, just look at this. It's a beauty. Honestly, it's a beauty. Now, as far as the rest of the park goes, because we've looked and analyzed what we have gotten, and to be fair, we've gotten rubbish when it comes to terrain. The terrain is absolute crap. The rides that we have, these don't count. Ooh, this would be nice, you know, inside the castle, have like a large garden-esque area. Not that much to write home about. This is not an option. It just isn't. By the way, how big is the park area that we have? I mean, I don't see any fences anywhere, but it seems like we got a square around. What we could do, which would be really, really bad, is put this on the water, you know, and then just race around the coast. It would be really, it would also be way, way too long. It would be really cool though, but I don't know. Maybe if we have money to spare and don't know what to do with it. Well, what does it say over here? Track is laminated wood, topped with a flat steel running rail constructed on a wooden support structure. Cars run on bogies guided along the track by side friction wheels running. Special sections of tracks are used to turn the car around, allowing it to run backwards. It says nothing about being able to be launched off also. Yes, 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 yes. We want the both of them, to be honest, though there is a point to be said to go with wooden coasters only, just so that it looks cool in the castle. On the other hand, there's also something to be said to keep the coasters on the outside. Only on the outside. So it's like a castle with coasters just roaming around. We'll have to see though, and we haven't gotten a plan yet. Bad. Not much either. Oh, this is not bad. You know, we start out with balloons, and this is a bit meager. For a 3-year park, we definitely want to add some more shops and stalls at some point. But we start out with a decent amount. Right, okay, so the first thing we now know what to do with is this. This needs to be put at thrill rides. Most definitely. Then, I think what we want to take a look at is the pathing. So, let us get that sorted. And wow, the pathing of the underground is just really bad to see. But what I do see is that there's like this huge area around the park that is absolutely not necessary. Mind you, we do need this section, kind of. Is that actually... I believe that the guests actually do need to travel around all the way over here for them to be even able to reach this. Don't they? Yeah. So here's the way that the flow of the park currently goes, right? People can go over the walls, get to this coaster, and then by moving through over this side, then people can get into... people can get from this other coaster. This queue, I mean, both of the queues are accessed via this area, so it's only the exit path really that needs some work over here. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is, oh, by the way, we don't have any, oh man, that's bad. I thought we would have special sections, you know, for our coaster. Turns out we don't. Now, as far as our pathing goes, I think, what's actually over here? I don't want to build that game. I want to know what is... Oh, there's actually an information kiosk over here. We can start selling umbrellas for like $6. I didn't knew that this was actually here. I think it's kind of cool though, but I didn't knew. We're gonna go with the green umbrellas here. Nice, okay, so... anyway, we'll turn this back on invisible. So... my guess is that we are just going to use the underground path for now to ferry the gas towards the coaster. So to that end, we want to do this. We then want to do this. We also want to do this. Right. Then we need like this whole wall section blocked off. Because there's no need for the gas to go there. And basically, this is all like one long exit path, you know. I kind of don't need that either. However, seeing how... well, this technically is the exit. So we do need to guide the gas towards the main path again, which I think is done using this section. So let me see. We shall go this way, which I think right now we got everything covered. All right, so yeah, we probably have. We don't need. Wait. Is this? It doesn't seem like there's an actual crossing over there. It seems like the actual crossing is here. I think we got most of the exits covered for now. So, right. Then, because well, that was one thing we needed to do. Then what we'll do is we will drop down quite a few handyman. There. We'll also turn the terrain back on, because that actually makes things a little bit easier to designate. Also, these please. Yes. Now, this isn't actually underground terrain. I made it hugely difficult for myself without that being really necessary. But fine, it is what it is. Right, so that is that covered. Alright, looking good, looking very, very good. Then we'll hire a new handy dude. Let's see, you will have this area to patrol. And we'll... yeah, actually, you got the coaster there, so for you that should be enough. Then... does that cover the path? I'm not entirely sure. I think this one actually covers the path. So you'll have that covered. Then... ooh. Yeah, about this, huh? I don't know. To me it seems like you would also have the underground section there of the coaster covered. That is terrible. Terrible news for the handy dude, that is. Yeah, you are in the underground. I guess... wait. I need Handyman 5. I guess you will have this area, and I'll have to see how you patrol this. Alright, we got him trapped. We got him right where we want him. Good, I'm back to the normal view. Man, this is gonna be a difficult park, man. I feel like this one will be far more challenging than any of our other parks we've played so far, especially Dragon's Cove. Now, with the mechanics in place, I guess the next thing that we want to do... well, we actually got a... what are you? I mean, what are you? We can check. A knight. Nice. You are the good knight. We will rename you to good. Because that's what you are. You are the good knight. Oh, and look at this. It's gonna rain heavily already. So our umbrella sails will be a great initial boost for us already. Now, I guess what we then need to do is set up some basic infrastructure over here. How about these? You know, for good measure. Let me just get the view back to what we want, because without this, it's gonna be a nightmare getting these things sorted here. And there, like that. And then I guess, I don't even know, man, I can't see it. With the rain, it is literally impossible for me to see how this is working. So, no, we can't see where we're gonna place that, but this is doable, like this. You know, it's a real shame that this park is so beautiful. I actually dislike having to place shops everywhere, because... Oh, by the way, you're sitting there in the rain. Don't know if you've noticed, but that's not the most enjoyable thing to do. Look at that though, umbrella sales, man. Yes. Now, we need some shops and stalls. You know, we need like facilities. That's what we need most. I guess a toilet, and of course, toilets are never free, which is no different over here. So toilet there, and I guess another toilet somewhere over here. I mean, I'm trying to see how this path goes, but it's, man. So I guess the only place where such a thing can exist over here is at this particular spot. Right there. I can't even place it there, man. I can't place it there. It is impossible for me to do so. I could place it over here, of course. Which I guess we shall do, just because it's the only real option we have. But man, facilities, man, they are difficult to put in this park. Then we shall add at least one of these. And flat path space, I already start to notice, is a premium in this park. We should definitely try and use as much as is possible, because clearly it is a scarce commodity. So currently we got everything we need. Then, well, I guess there's also the thing of naming these coasters. We are gonna leave them in their original paint, of course, because, well, you know, it's the original. We're gonna stick with these unless they provide too much trouble. I hope they won't. I honestly hope they won't. I have a feeling that these coasters are going to be very, very, very bad for us. I don't know why. I really dislike them. I have only bad experiences with them, so... I'm not saying we are definitely going to keep them. I'm just saying that if possible, we're gonna stick with them. And by the way, just look at these cannons, man. It's the details that are just... Wow, you know, these cannons... Oh, man. I mean, this honestly is one of the best looking castles I've seen. I really like it, you know. Small things like these roofs and... Yeah, nice. Right, so how are we going to call this one? How about the Castle Crasher? There. And then the other one, Rollercoaster 2, and we shall name the Hedge Knight. Oh, Knight. There. Definitely. Alright, so those are two things, you know, but, well, are castle related. Yeah, I think, you know, that perhaps we should go with castle related names for this park. Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad. Now, as for our very, very first ride, you know, and that is actually, we kinda need to do some park planning. As you can see, we have plenty of space over here. It's just that it isn't easy to work with. So what I think that we should do is... In the castle, there seems to be a little bit more flat space. Not much, but a little bit. I think we should stack all our slam down rides over here. And if we can manage, do a few tracked rides too, like car rides and go-karts. The coasters, on the other hand, I think are better suited on the outside. And I think it would be kind of cool if we can get only wooden coasters. Granted, that leaves not that many options. Basically, these two, and then the wooden mouse coasters, and then I think that's about it. But we have the river ride as a serious second coaster alternative for it. If it turns out that this wooden coaster track type thing strategy is really gonna endanger getting our objective reached, I will stray away from it. It's not set in stone, but it's set in hardened clay. So, yeah, there you have it. Now, of course, we've been setting up everything and checking our circumstances. Alright, not bad, not bad. I also think that we should get a move on with actually building something. And currently, the park is without music. So we shall and have to change that. How? By building this, of course. This is the ride to build when a lack of music is apparent. There. Now, I know that this isn't the most optimal usage of our path and whatnot, but bear with me here, as I think we can get this to work. Now, we do need to stick with the wooden support. I am going to... Nice. I am going to change the path type in the underground. I am going to change it to this. I think that this... Oops. I wanted this done. I think this also looks very castle-like, and it's a lot better visible in the underground. So there you have it. Then I guess we'll need a handy dude here. You are going to get the heavy burden of setting that up. And then all we need to do is get this sorted, so we at least have something else other than the roller coasters. Now let's tune this to 25 rotations, most definitely, and you know what, let's open it for business. We shall call this the... How about... Ooh, you know what would be really cool? Seeing how this is a castle, how about we actually use medieval names for this? And with medieval, of course, I am instantly referring to the medieval world of... the Game of Sofas. No, Game of Thrones, of course, I'm a big time fan of that. Now, we're gonna go with castles and house names. How cool would that be? I don't know though, and here my very poor knowledge of the world of A Song of Ice and Fire world already goes to show, as I don't really know any house that has a horse in its sigil, or know any castle that is like, has names in it. But you know what though, because this is horse related, how about we call this Vias Dothrak? I think there is like an apostrophe somewhere in there, but I don't know. Maybe somewhere like there. I don't know really, I'll have to look it up. But this, I think it's adequate, it's the pinnacle of horses. The capital horse ride. As far as Dothraki go by my standards, it should be colored like, no, the other way around. Call it like this, brown and brown. We could also make it green for, the grass sea, or sea of grass, or whatever it's called. But yeah, I think this is pretty solid. So there it is, the Good Night Castle. Ooh, we could also name quite a few rides after a few nights of the series. I know of a few nights, that are pretty cool. So yeah, definitely. Oh man, the naming is gonna be really neat in this one, but it's gonna be a difficult park. I already can tell that this ain't going to be an easy thing. We're also gonna try and leave the castle as much intact as possible, so we really need to jam-pack the rides over here. We need to make use of the space as best as we can. And I think we might actually want to perhaps increase the amount of flat path tile space things over here by perhaps extending this outwards a little. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that and more all has to wait for next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.